Hey yo, what the fuck? You gotta be kidding me. Right, so, I'm a little late to the party here, but, the crew's gone. Ubisoft basically busted down the door and took the game off our shelves. So that sucks. Um, so, first off, I hope you enjoy the background video with me, quickly showcasing the garage I have in this game, in GTA. The three, the three Imponte Dukes. One's the Duke of Death, one's a Dukes of Hazzard style Imponte Dukes, and the one I'll be driving in this video. It's colored after my channel logo with the American flag on top. So I hope you enjoy the background video, and let's get into it. So I wanted to get 2 points covered in this video: game preservation, and I want to talk about how much of an excellent game the crew was. So basically, Ubisoft has shown not to care. Ubisoft, like I said, busted down the door and stole our games. No matter how much money you sank into the crew, whether you got the base game, both, what's it called? Or both calling all units and while. What is it called? Hang on, both Wild Run. Excuse me. So it was Wild Run. It was the base game released, then Wild Run released, which is when I got the game, and finally calling all units. Then they moved on to the Crew 2 and any other sequel endeavors. But I never got into the Crew 2. That's because the Crew 1 was, again, an excellent game, and when I was playing the Crew 2, I couldn't really get hooked. The Crew 1 beat it out, in my opinion. But, so Ubisoft also does not care about the developers, clearly, because they didn't want to preserve their game. They completely deleted it, right? So that means, aside from walkthroughs and playthroughs on YouTube, the story mode is gone. So, and all our progress, gone. So Ubisoft has deleted all these developers' hard work, and I don't know if any of the people who made the original are still there, but I feel bad because that was basically their baby, so that sucks. So, and this is setting a bad precedent for the gaming industry. I mean, we also seen Activision Blizzard do it with Warzone when they reset the servers, right? So, if you remember, anyone who spent money on skins or spent time to unlock those skins had their progress reset for the new version of Warzone. So, again, this time Activision Blizzard kicked down these people's doors and deleted their saves. So, this is not a good thing for the gaming industry because it means nothing's truly owned. No customer is going to keep their copy of whatever these companies want to take away, but these companies will keep your money. So that stinks. Right. What else? So I want to talk about The Crew as well as an excellent game. So obviously online was PvP and PvE. PvE racing for your faction, which had excellent layouts. There was one that stands out to me, that's the Route 66 race from Chicago to LA. You're actually racing all the way down, which was excellent. That was PvE. PvP, you had your collection missions like King of the Hill. Basically, you held an icon and go around a section. You had the normal races. You had cops and robbers, I think, where you had to where one team had to smash the other's cars. Free for all. So that was that. The map was excellent. It's not a one-to-one of the USA, but it had monuments, an excellent representation of big cities or important areas to this country, like the Hoover Dam. And the monuments showed things that I honestly didn't even hear about, and I would end up looking up afterwards. So the monuments on the map was very nice. The story of Alex Taylor, the character you're playing as at all times. That was the best part in my opinion. That's what kept me on The Crew 1, despite completing it. So, basically, you're part of a street racing gang, you get falsely accused, and then you become part of the FBI, and get the guy that's basically destroyed and monsterized the street racing gang. Yeah. I don't want to say too much about it. I want to give other creators who are actually able to preserve the game via their playthroughs a chance. So if you want to experience the story, because Ubisoft doesn't care, go watch other creators on YouTube, whether they be their no commentary or people with their live reactions playing and getting angry. It's always fun to laugh at YouTuber rage, right? So, me personally, The Crew, I've had it since high school. I'm graduated at college now, so it's at least 8 years I've had that game. And I find out because I boot up. I still have it down on my Xbox, so I booted up and servers can't connect, and you saw that in the intro. Oh man. So, yeah, my go-to vehicle, for anyone who cares, was the 1969 Dodge Charger. When I first started playing it, you get a free car, right? I picked the Dodge Challenger. So I was also in the middle of platinuming everything when it got deleted. So I never got to complete that. And that makes me sad. So each car gave you a completely different way to play, whether it be the make. Some handled better and some were better than the straights. And then you had, of course, your style of cars and muscle, sport, super, all that stuff. And then the game's own thing, which was the street, dirt, performance, raid, and circuit. Street base car, just basically get nitrous, otherwise it's close to full stock. Good for the first street races in the game. Dirt is similar to street, except you now have access to dirt tracks because it handles on there too and has traction. Performance, this one stands out. It was described in the game as barely street legal, and it's your highest performance street legal car. So it's in the middle of the road in all the categories. It was your fastest, but able to handle and drift depending what your playstyle on the street. So you're back on asphalt. And then Raid came in, which was the most tough form of the vehicle. It completely off-road. You didn't have to go. You have to be on dirt or asphalt. And I found interesting is the developers would have your GPS instead follow the road. It would follow the railroad tracks across the U.S. So you were still getting a very different gaming experience. And then finally, circuit is basically you're on a racetrack. It's the grippiest. You got to use your brakes. You can't drift it that well. So, and if Raid and circuit in real life would not be street legal at all. What made things interesting with each car in terms of map exploration, you got access to certain places you can't otherwise on the map. So obviously circuit car, unless you're in the story, you're not really on a racetrack, so you can be bouncing on the road and doing damage to the car as you drive to the next thing, the next story mission or PvP access or PvE access. Raid took the most damage. Well, it was the tankiest. It was the least maneuverable, and it went off road to monuments that could missions and others other points on the map that cannot be reached easily with the other cars. Dirt gave you the access to those dirt roads, which made driving across the map fun because you got to see new things. Same thing with Raid on the railroad tracks. And street was if you really wanted the closest thing to full stock without playing full stock. Because that was also an option when you first bought a car. You had to bring it to a tuner. Then Wild Run came out. So you had now a drag car, a monster truck, and a drift car. Drift was the slippiest. It made going down switchbacks like it was awesome. You just go every turn you could do so smooth as butter, but you couldn't stay straight. Monster was similar to Raid, except you're taller, so you can access things higher. Because what they would implement is other mini skill missions with higher checkpoints that cannot be reached by Raid. You have to drive through them. And then Drag was only straight line. It was only really good for missions, but you know. And then you got more story missions out of calling on units and a new character driver and completely new vehicles to play with under the same categories. So it was an excellent game, right? Well, that's gone. So back to game preservation. Should you care? Well, besides the memories you're making with your games, these are going to be gone forever, right? You'll never be able to play them again, and you'll never be able to experience it. And as your memories fade, you can't make new ones with these games, playing with your friends or anything like that. Like I said, Ubisoft completely robbed the consumer and their own developers. Did not care about their work at all. They only care about the money now. and obviously don't care about the consumer, so they kept our money. Feel bad, man. So yeah, like I said, if you want to experience the story or see what I'm talking about the crew, check out other channel creators who made videos when the game came out and during its updates. Is there anything else I can say? I did get a chance to preserve what's left of the game on my Xbox. I'm probably never gonna delete it now. But I have the menu screen stuff and some of the preloaded videos that come with the download on the disc. So I do have that. And anyone who has their disc, don't get rid of it. Don't give it to GameStop, because it's still a collector's item, even if it's not worth anything monetarily anymore. And I'm gonna say, in the unlikely event that Ubisoft is listening, they please reinstate the story mode and the map in an offline form. You still have the licenses due to the fact that you're running the Crew 2 and that other one in Hawaii. I don't even know the name of that one. So you could do one last thing and reinstate the story. I get that online couldn't last forever, but please reinstate the story. Thanks for listening to this rant. If you enjoy this type of content, I'll do more. I just need to know by you guys liking, commenting, and subscribing. And enjoy what's left of the drive around GTA this map. I'm probably on the top of the mountain right now, right? Anyway, enjoy. Thanks for listening.